in the chat. A W. Ha.
The Indiana Fever just pulled off something unthinkable, reaching for games above 500 for the first time since 2015, and they did it without Caitlin Clark on the floor. While many expected them to struggle without their star, the team shattered for franchise records in a single game against Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. The most surprising twist: two players who weren't even on the roster at the start of the season became the unexpected heroes, with standout performances from Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, and newcomers Ari McDonald and Chloe Bibby. The Fever are rewriting their story in stunning fashion.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
Come on.
The former Dallas Wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
Everyone expected the Fever to fall apart without Caitlin Clark, but something incredible happened instead. Picture the scene on August 1st. Clark, sidelined for the sixth straight game with a groin injury suffered on July 15th. No clear return date in sight. Meanwhile, the Dallas Wings booked the American Airlines Center, home of the Mavericks, a high-stakes matchup. Paige Bueckers led the charge, determined to snap a brutal stretch after losing 8 of their last 10 games. The pressure was intense. The question hung in the air: could the Fever keep their momentum going without their superstar at the helm?
Wins in a row, a season high. Just how have you been able to find that rhythm over this stretch?
I think it's been about, we've had some practices, and I think practicing has definitely tuned us up, fine-tuning as far as the details. We knew before All-Star that, the second half of the season is always about people making adjustments, people finding ways to stop what we have to do. And I think that on us, we try to do a good job of staying locked in at practices and shoot-arounds and all that kind of stuff to be where we need to be.
To the opening tip told you everything you needed to know about this Fever team's mindset. They came out swinging, like a group on a mission. No hesitation, no waiting around for someone else to step up. This wasn't about surviving without Caitlin Clark. This was about making a statement. Kelsey Mitchell took control from the very first possession, attacking the rim with intent, sinking confident shots, and setting a tone that shouted, "We're not backing down." She finished with 23 points on 9 of -19 shooting, stepping into the leadership role Clark usually fills. And let's not forget, Mitchell led the entire league in scoring throughout the month of July.
14 20-point games this season. In her 8th year, she also has a couple of 30s. And Mitchell trades the 3.
Now have a little bit of an advantage in the paint, and they need to keep doing that.
That time, Dejanay went for the steal, and Mitchell kept it away from her. Would not have taken that call so gently, shall we say. Kalani Brown was her buffer last year. Is Mitchell all the way to the hole?
So you stick together, communicate on defense. This is a high-octane offensive team.
Beautiful pass. Mitchell was so sure of that. After she passed it, she started running down the other end.
But Paige Bueckers wasn't going down without a fight. The rookie phenom answered with 22 points on 7 of -14 shooting, along with 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. She was the only Dallas player to score in double figures, proving why she's already viewed as a 3-level scorer in her debut WNBA season. The game quickly turned into a thrilling back-and-forth battle that kept fans glued to their screens. But here's where things got controversial: the free throw disparity. Dallas shot 25 free throws, nearly double Indiana's 13. Fans immediately took to social media, calling out the officiating and accusing Bueckers of flopping to earn calls. Even Wings head coach Chris Kleins didn't hold back, voicing his frustration with the officiating crew after the game.
Game clock almost the same. Carrington, the spin move. No foul call.
The real disaster came from Dejanay Carrington. The reigning most improved player had a night to forget, finishing with just 4 points and 5 costly turnovers. In the final minute of the third quarter, she brought the ball up the court and launched a wild off-target shot that left fans stunned. Her struggles weren't just noticeable, they were pivotal. Carrington's rough outing played a major role in Dallas unraveling down the stretch.
To the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there. Don't shy away from the defense, because they will get out in transition. And Kelsey Mitchell doing what she does. Indiana up in Dallas.
When the final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read 88-78 in favor of Indiana. The Fever had just sent a clear message there, far more than just Caitlin Clark and a supporting cast. This team proved they could step up, execute, and win the games they were expected to win. As head coach Stephanie White acknowledged after the victory, it was a statement performance that showed the true depth and resilience of this roster.
Finding ways to get wins, and that's going on some scoring bursts. That's being able to rely on multiple players, getting stops when needed, making adjustments, and continuing to grow. I mean, this is a group that's been resilient all season long, and I think that we have such quality depth that we can rely on one another, and rely on one another in certain moments.
Two players who weren't even on the roster 3 months ago have suddenly emerged as the Fever's secret weapons. Meet Ari McDonald and Chloe Bibby, two mid-season additions that flew completely under the radar. These weren't blockbuster signings, and no one expected them to shift the balance. They were brought in as depth pieces, quiet insurance moves, for a team just trying to stay in the hunt, but now they're making all the difference.
Stick to your defensive principles. This is an Indiana team that has very nimble on the offensive end.
McDonald from the outside rattles another three. That's her third of the ball.
Ari McDonald's story feels straight out of a movie script. She started the season unsigned, with no team showing interest in bringing her on board. Then came June 25th, when the Fever offered her a rest-of-season contract just weeks after she'd briefly joined the team on a hardship deal. Fast forward to the game against Dallas, and McDonald looked like a seasoned veteran, dropping points and dishing out 6 assists while confidently running the offense. This performance came right on the heels of a career-high outing against Phoenix, where she proved she's more than ready for the spotlight.
She should have looked up and said, "Oh, aren't you an all-star?"
Pass.
And Cunningham completes it.
That's what Indiana does better than anybody in the WNBA.
What made McDonald stand out that night was her sharp point guard instincts. She instantly knew when to push the pace, when to slow things down, and how to involve her teammates effectively. Coach White noticed it immediately, praising McDonald's strong point guard mentality and her clear understanding of how to influence the game. Even Kelsey Mitchell called her a blessing in disguise, applauding how McDonald stepped up to provide leadership when the team needed it most.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing with Ari is that she's dependable. And she's dependable, not always for production, but she understands the impact that she can make in the game. And she understands how to do it, starting it on the defensive end, pushing pace, dictating tempo, getting to the rim, creating shots for her teammates, all of those things. And she's got incredible awareness. And so she understands when she's hot, and she understands when somebody else is hot and how to get them the ball. But I've just been really proud to see her confidence grow in our system and the ownership that she's taking in being that leader on the floor for us.
Then there's Chloe Bibby, who made an instant impact. Coming off the bench in limited minutes, she sank 2 crucial three-pointer shots that weren't just lucky but perfectly timed to shift momentum and give the Fever some breathing room. Bibby's ability to stretch the floor opened up space for her teammates to operate more freely. Coach White praised her seamless integration into the team's system, noting how well she understood when to create plays and her readiness to shoot when the moment called for it.
I'd say Boston, the rebound to Mitchell. McDonald splits the D. Bibby, this is where she's good. She can extend the defense, and she's done it.
For that nice jumper.
Bueckers again, another double-digit game, 6 in the quarter. Here's Bibby, launches, buries the 3.
Bibby, don't do it like that.
Here's where it gets really interesting. After just 2 games with the team, Chloe Bibby earned a rest-of-season contract. The Fever saw enough in her limited minutes to commit to her for the remainder of the year. Coach White highlighted that Bibby filled a specific gap. She's a stretch forward and a shooter, and we haven't had that.
You signed Chloe Bibby to a rest-of-season contract today. Just what impressed you about her on that 7-day and those 2 games she played in?
Well, number one, just the way that she fit in right away. She gives us a different look from that forward position with her ability to stretch the floor. And particularly in 2 games where we really needed to create space for AB to go to work inside, she was able to do that for us. She came in and she learned the system right away. It just was such an easy transition, and she's produced.
Watch the attention Boston gets. Opens up a lot for the guards. Here's Boston. Bueckers had nothing she could do. No rebound, Howard. That's rebound number 9 to go along with her 9 points. Beautiful dish inside to Boston.
What we'll do is share the basketball here. Just a little dump down to Boston.
Hey, Carrington rolls to the hole. Howard with a rejection.
To the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there.
That pass outside to Howard.
Oh,
Boston
wow.
at the basket, foul on Haley Jones.
It is not a move her out geographically away from the lane to get her off the basket. Tough rebound there.
Geisel Suter's going to come out. Liu Ru will check in. The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
Come on.
The former Dallas wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
When we get a chance to really put ourselves in a position to, win games, we got to win them. I think any competitor knows that when we say win them, and I think we took some time off. We had a little drop off today, and I think that's what she's talking about. It was inconsistent. I think we could have been a little bit better.
Obviously, Ari, you only joined this team mid-season, officially on a full contract now. Congratulations! But just the impact that Ari has had overall, how do you feel like?
Oh, it's unbelievable. This is our blessing in disguise. We always tell her that we appreciate her too. Our season was all over the place, obviously, with the people that was on the team, the people that wasn't on the team, injury. Tutu not being around as much with her injuries, and just. It takes a lot for a pro to step up and, be where her feet is and step and fill in shoes that, not a lot of people expect. And I think for Ari, she compliments myself, all the other players so well because she just gets it as far as knowing where people are, knowing the chemistry. And I think for us to her, we have to make sure that we keep patting her on the back because this is a big position to fill. And I think that she's doing it unbelievably well. So shout out to you, Ari.
Appreciate you. Love it. And I asked Kelsey in regards to, or about this, but Ari, just the impact that she's had for you all this season. What do you like most about what you've seen from her thus far?
No, number one, her energy. I mean, she is, she's an energy giver. She's fast. Her speed changes the game for us. Her ability to get the ball from one end to the other quickly. Her ability to get into players defensively. She changes the game for us in that way. I have continued to be impressed with just how quickly she immersed herself, into our team and fit in right away.